You're listening to Notes from Underground on WKCR from New York, WKCR HD. Notes from Underground is our show highlighting the most creative in the underground hip-hop scene. Today we have a special guest coming out of New Rochelle, New York, Raxx. Thank you so much for being here. Introduce yourself.
It's the word, man. It's Raxx from New Row, Harley Projects to be exact. I'm here with my boy Dylan.
Yes, sir. So me and Raxx actually went to the same high school, New Rochelle High School. I was on there for a little bit, but then I switched schools, obviously. But I always remember you making videos and shit like that. When did you start doing music? Was it before high school?
Nah, it was way before high school. Like, I started really, like, making music, I'll say, like 8. And not to really lie to you, like, you feel me? But around that time, I made my first music video when I was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I never really took it serious though. I was in the sports, you know. And then
what sports was you playing?
I was playing football.
Word.
But I really, didn't really start adapting to that shit for real. I started to get caught up in other shit,
Word.
But I made my decision to start making music.
Word. What type of music was you listening to at that time? Like, who was your influences?
Shit, Meek Mill,
Word.
Drake,
of course,
Thug, 50, Jay-Z. It's a lot of people. Like, it's not, I don't really got like a certain type of music I listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got inspired by a lot of different genres. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Even R&B.
Word. Growing up making music, even though you wasn't taking it that serious, what was your favorite memory when you were starting off making music? And when did that like switch? When you're like, I gotta start doing this shit for real. Like, I could really do something with this.
Shit. The first time, like you saying, like the first time, like a light clicked in my head type shit. I'll say 9th grade. 9th grade, I started to take it, a little bit more serious. And I shot a music video called Rambo where my man's, I'm not gonna say his name, but I shot a music video and the shit was hidden. Like the first day I got like 5K views.
Word.
And that was big for somebody like me, especially like coming from New Rochelle.
No, of course, of course.
To even like generate that, and I set like, a light bulb in my head to be like, all right, let me take this shit serious. Like, let me at least see where this shit gonna go.
Word.
But yeah, that was the first time.
How you think being from New Rochelle has like an effect on your music and how it's perceived and shit like that?
Say that again?
How do you think like being from New Rochelle, like we was talking about it earlier, how niggas be overlooking us and shit like that? Being from New Rochelle, how do you think that that affects your music, like the way you put shit out and how it's perceived by other people?
I feel like niggas definitely overlook us. We just need somebody that's just gonna break that barrier. You know? Like, also we a small city,
Word,
like,
of course.
We not in a borough, we're not a borough, so it's like people not really paying attention to us like that in Westchester County. Say put it like that instead of just New Rochelle, but it's a small, we in a small city. People ain't really looking into New Rochelle to find rappers, you know what I mean? Like, there's not too many rappers that came out of New Rochelle.
Not for real. But like one thing I can say about your art for real is that you definitely, put a lot of work into your lyrics and shit like that. Definitely, I could call you a lyricist. I don't know if you consider yourself that, but
that.
Like you definitely put a great amount of effort into it. So what's the process of like when you get into the booth or the studio? Do you be writing a lot? Is it freestyle some of the time? How's that work?
When I first started, I used to write a lot. Like, that's how I, started writing music. At first, I would say, like, once I got to 9th grade, I started to try that, that freestyle thing. That shit ain't work out for me. I started to feel like I was saying the same shit. You know what I mean? But now, I write all my music. I try to, like, memorize my music instead of, like, reading off my phone now when I'm in the booth. That's some new shit that I'm learning right now.
What's up?
Instead of just, reading off the pad and shit. But I write my shit. I don't be doing that freestyle shit. I feel like it's not your best work when you just go in the booth and just say whatever's on your mind. You know what I mean?
Besides just changing your process from like freestyling and doing that, playing with it, to sitting down the booth and writing and actually thinking about what you're about to say, what else has changed from your music when you first started doing it to now? How have you matured?
I'll say like my music is more mature. You know what I mean? Like, you hear a lot of different. It's more mature. You hear the change in my voice, definitely. Like, if you were a fan from when I first started, you would definitely hear the change of my voice. A lot of people used to make fun of me for that shit too. But a lot of shit that I talk about in my music is a little bit more intense than when I first started. Cause I started, you know, I go through more shit as I got older. I'll say that, you know, my flows got better, lyrics got more stronger, you know. That's all I could really say as far as that. You know?
Where'd you primarily record at when you were first starting, you know, rapping and shit like that? Cause I know there's a little studio at Boys and Girls Club.
I wasn't recording in the studio.
Nah.
My cousin had a booth in his crib when I was younger. And I used to just go to his crib, record at his crib, you know, bang out a few songs. I never really went to a real studio until I was like 16 years old, you know. And then even till then, I still wasn't really fully locked in with going to a real studio. Like, but as of now, I record at home with my producer, AK. You know, I haven't been really going to the studio like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like recording at home is my comfort zone at this point. You feel me?
What's your favorite time of the day to record and sit down and, you know, lay some shit down?
Shit, I don't even got one. Like, to keep it 100 with you, bro, I usually record multiple times like, throughout the week and multiple songs. You know what I'm saying? So I record every week. And 5 days probably out the week, 3 days, whatever it is. But
is that just off of like discipline? Like I gotta record, or it's
yeah,
like just
it's self-discipline.
Like, I gotta slay something down. This shit happened. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
It's definitely self-discipline. I had to get myself back in that bag. Cause there was a time, you know, I was slacking in the booth, but you know, it's no time for that right now. You know.
Speaking of like that type of shit, what kind of challenge do you think you faced being an artist, doing it for so long, starting off at a young age, doing it till now?
Just seeing how shit swifting type shit, you know. A lot of shit swifting, a lot of shit is shifting in the culture. A lot of waves is dying down in the culture. A lot of new waves is coming out in the culture. When I first started, you know, it was more like bars type shit. And there's nothing wrong with the new wave because I like it, you know. I'm a young nigga still, you know. That's my wave, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that I fuck with. But I still try to keep it, you know, hip-hop still sometimes, you know, for the culture. But that's my biggest challenge right now, you know. But I've been adapting to that shit pretty well, you know what I'm saying? So.
Talking about the new wave and all that, especially in New York, what do you think that you're bringing to the table that's unique compared to all the other things that are coming out of New York? You know, everyone's rapping and doing that right now.
I feel like, I don't want to say I'm going to be the only one, but I feel like I'm going to be one of those rappers in New York that is going to be a lyricist, still be a lyricist on the new wave type of beats. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you still got to bar up.
Of course.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, a lot of people think bars don't matter no more. It definitely matter, but I feel like I'm gonna be one of those rappers that still spit bars, but just on the new wave beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I do drill, I'm gonna still spit bars. I'm gonna just do it my way. You know, just keep it organic. That's it.
You mentioned that you don't really go to the studio that much, so I imagine that it wasn't that hard for you to, you know, not go to the studio for a brief period. But were there any other challenges you faced during COVID? You know, during lockdown, not being able to do certain shit. Talk about that for a little bit. I know that was definitely hectic.
During COVID, it was hard for me because I'm on probation. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of shit I couldn't do during COVID. I couldn't travel, especially because of COVID, and then I'm on probation. So a lot of shit I couldn't do. It slowed me up a little bit. But one thing that was good for me is I got a producer. You know what I'm saying? So he was sending me beats all crazy during COVID, and he got a microphone in his crib, so it didn't really hurt me as much. But as far as like traveling to get other things done that I usually do, it was a struggle. But you know, you got through that shit.
So I know you was in Atlanta for a little bit. Talk about that experience for, if you can. Was that for just recording shit? What was that like?
Atlanta was cool. I mean, first time I went to Atlanta was when I graduated high school, like 2019. You know, I met a few people. It's really different down there. They work with you down there, you know. It's genuine. Producers, It's genuine, you know. Everybody's genuine down there, you know. It's a good vibe down there. Ain't nothing wrong with Atlanta. But I learned a lot of shit down there, though. Like, I learned how to record myself down there. Like, I learned how to make songs better down there instead of just rapping. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to really make real songs in Atlanta.
What helped you get to that point to like realize that, or like, you know, have that change in your music?
Just hearing different beats down there. Like, I feel like a lot of the Atlanta beats, it gives you that vibe to where you originally want to make a song. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you know it's more turned up.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say that for sure. But the vibe is different down there. Like, you're gonna learn a lot of shit if you go to Atlanta, if you fucking with the right people, you know.
You got a tape coming out soon. Would you say that any of the Atlanta sound affected that tape? Had an influence on it?
Definitely. Atlanta definitely influenced my tape, but New York influenced my tape even more. You know, people gonna hear it and understand what I mean, but a lot of the beats is inspired by Atlanta, I can't lie, but we still kept in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's just a mixture.
What was your creative process for this project coming up? Like, did you just decide, I wanted to drop something, or you had something that you was, you know, making a lot of songs over the course of time? I feel like you could put this together to, you know, put something out. What was the ideas behind it?
With this tape, we really sat down and planned this tape out. You know what I mean? Like, before my previous tapes, we didn't really do that. We was rushing, you know, trying to just get music out. But this tape, we really took our time. Like, I've been recording this tape since May. I just finished last month. This tape was supposed to come out in September. It's coming out in November. You know what I'm saying? And I just came to, you know, feeling
was that for
like
you just, you know, holding on to it, thinking you could work, you know?
Not really holding on to it, but like, you know, feeling like certain things not done. Or I hear something new. You know, stuff like that.
Were there stuff that you took off?
Like the cover art, I changed the whole cover art. I had a whole cover art.
That Street Karma cover art shit is crazy. That's one of my favorite covers.
A lot of people fuck with that Street Karma.
Did you get someone random to do that, or was it one of your friends or something like that?
Nah, it's somebody I met from overseas. Just on Instagram.
Yeah, that shit is diff.
Yeah,
what are the differences you could say with this new project from your old, you know, bodies of work? What's different? What's the main difference?
Shit. The beats is different, for sure. The production is different. The bars is more intense, you know. And you're getting more songs. It's gonna be 13 songs, but I'm putting out a deluxe in January. You feel me? So, you know, what else? It's not that much features as my last tapes. That's another thing. It's only 3 features on this tape out of 13 songs. Before, I used to have a lot of features on my shit, but we not doing that this tape. And this tape is more like lyrical.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
You said there's not a lot of features on this, but have you been tapping in with a lot of artists lately?
Yeah, I be tapping in with artists. That's what I forgot to mention. When I was going to Atlanta, that was one thing that I definitely was doing, was tapping in, networking with a lot of artists.
Talk about it.
Instead of, shit, Atlanta's different. Like, when you go to studios in Atlanta, you're gonna bump into some big people. You know what I'm trying to say?
Of course.
Regardless, it doesn't even matter what studio you at. I bumped into a few, you know, people in the game.
So
they helped me along the way to get in the position that I'm at right now, you know, and I'm grateful for that shit, you know. Like, Atlanta was a learning experience. I met people that I used to look up to. You know what I'm saying? But I was humble about it at the same time, you feel me? But it was a learning experience and also gave me motivation, you know what I'm saying? To be like, all right, nigga, you can do this shit. If you in this position and in these rooms with these people, just keep going, you know?
No, of course. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up for sure. Who are the type of people that you met that, you know, were inspirations to you when you were down in Atlanta, if you could touch on it?
2 Chainz.
That's what's up. That's crazy.
Nudie. Young Nudie. Shit. Don Cannon, producer, you know. There's a lot of people, but, you know, a lot of people that was helping me along the way. I'm not saying they was helping me, but
Word. No, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What are your new goals for this future, for this coming year? We're about to enter a new year coming up. You feel me?
Shit. Trying to stay positive
Word.
as possible as I can for the new year. That's my new goal, and just put out more music and be more consistent with my music. You know what I
Right.
mean? And just go full fledged with this shit.
That's what's up.
I want to put out more content.
Word. Are there gonna be any? I was about to ask you. Are there any videos dropping with this tape that's coming out? Any other little things that are?
Yeah,
be
we got
expected?
2 videos dropping, 2 more videos dropping from the tape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dropping a single actually this week that's off the tape.
Word.
Feel me? I'm gonna announce the date starting on Monday. So, yeah. My boy Edits
Yes, sir.
right here,
Appreciate you.
he gonna
Appreciate
be
you.
helping us with the content too, so yeah,
Valid.
we got more shit coming out, vlogs, everything,
Valid. Shit, man. What can you say that? What would be your piece of advice to anyone who's trying to start, get into music? You started at such a young age. You probably have a whole bunch of experience in this shit, a whole lot of stories to tell. But what's like the main thing you could tell people? What's a good piece of advice, I should say?
My advice to anybody, not even just at a young age, like you trying to start making music, just make sure you sure of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, let me not say that, because it's always good to try new shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna do it, just put your all into that shit. You know what I mean? And have faith.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up.
Cool.
Stay down.
Cool.
Through all trials and tribulations. That's it.
That's what's up. You got anything else to say?
Shit, new tape dropping
Yes, sir.
November 25th. Caught in the web. You get all my music on all streaming platforms at Raxx. My Instagram, follow me, flashymob_Raxx. And yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir. You've been listening to Notes from Underground here on WKCR from New York, WKCR HD 89.9 FM on the dial. If you guys want to continue to donate to KCR to help these wonderful shows happen, you can hit our website at WKCR.org, or you can hit our website, or you can call in at 212-854-9920. Once again, 212-854-9920. You are tuned in to WKCR's Notes from Underground.